everybody, Dan Illman here with the DRF race of the day for Monday, June the 19th. It's race number 7 at Assiniboia Downs, and it's the anchor leg of the $1 pick 4 with a $50,000 guaranteed pool. This race is a maiden special weight for 3-year-olds and up fillies and mares. We're going 6 furlongs. Let's take a peek at this field. Please scan or click the QR code for race of the day access on mobile, which includes free formulator past performances. Even money on the 9 Sparkling Silver. She was beaten at 1-5 last time out, going 5.5 furlongs. She's a 6-time maiden. She has speed. She has strong buyer speed figures. She's the one to beat, but we'll take a look at the Timeform US pace projector, and it's not like she's going to get loose on the lead according to Timeform US. Horses like the number 4, Double Barrel Delight, has early speed. The 7 Free Carrycomb has speed. The problem has been stamina and ability thus far for Free Carrycomb, who started 18 times and is still yet to register a second-place finish, let alone a win. Sparkling Silver, the 9, should be right there in the thick of things when the field turns for home. We'll start things off with the number 1, Teeman's Flair, who's making her 4-year-old debut, so she hasn't raced in almost 300 days. The good news is Teeman's Flair showed a little bit of speed last year in her 2 lifetime starts. She tired badly at big prices in both of those races, but she faced a pretty good field in her most recent outing. The runner-up from that race shipped down to Sam Houston and did very well on the turf. She ended up finishing 3rd in a $30,000 maiden claimer there with a 55 buyer speed figure, and then graduated against Texas-bred maiden special weights on the lawn with a similar 55 buyer. Teeman's Flair should show speed from the inside post. I expect her to be fresh. I expect her to give an improved performance, but I have to take a wait-and-see approach, making her first start off such a lengthy layoff. Now, while the 1 Teeman's Flair breaks quickly from the gate, not the case for the 2 Ashes to Ashes, and that has been the biggest problem since she shipped up to the Downs from Tampa Bay Downs. In 2 starts, she hasn't broken very well, and that just gives her a lot to do when the real racing commences. She's stuck in a bad early position, as she did last time out, and she tried to come with a run. She passed a few tired horses in the stretch. The pace wasn't very fast. All in all, it was a promising effort, and one could argue one of her better lifetime efforts, but if she breaks poorly yet again, she's going to really have to hope for a hot pace. It could happen with horses like the 4, 7, and 9 involved early. Ashes to Ashes is a horse that I would expect to make a little bit of a late run, maybe can sneak into the bottom of your single race exotics. I think the 3 Just to Pose is a very interesting runner. She's 15-1 on the morning line, and she made her career debut in a restricted stakebred maiden at the Downs last month, and she took a little bit of money that day. She was bet down to 5-1. She was squeezed a bit at the start, and then I think she was stymied by a slow pace up front. She still was able to finish 3rd, easily 3rd best. She has tons of upside potential. I think she can improve and show a little bit more tactical speed this time around with a better start. Just to Pose, another horse you might want to consider at a big price, at least as maybe a B or a C if you're playing the $1 pick 4 with that $50,000 guaranteed pool. The 4 is Double Barrel Delight, who returned off of a lengthy layoff last time out. She was bet down to 3-5. She was able to show some speed in that race against a first-time starter that showed a lot of early speed. She couldn't keep up with that horse. She was able to hold 2nd over Just to Pose. The layoff was probably the major excuse. She probably needed a race. I think she'll be sharper in her 2nd start back. That last race did result in a career best buyer speed figure of 42, and with that early speed, we expect Double Barrel Delight to be close to the pace when we hit about the 5/16 pole. The 5 is I Am Mila. This horse adds blinkers for the first time for her 3rd start of the year, and she ran okay last time out. Again, it was a situation where there just wasn't a lot of pace. She fell behind early. She passed a tired horse in the stretch. She hasn't shown a ton of ability, but it seems that she's taking incremental steps forward with each and every start, and maybe the blinkers on will help her get over the top. She's 20-1 on the morning line. Another filly that has some upside, can improve, might find 1 or 2 better in here, but is a horse that could spice up the exotics. Everything to Gain is the 6, another horse making her 3rd start of the layoff, another horse that might have been compromised by a slow pace last time out. She was beaten about 10 lengths in that race, but again, the pace wasn't to her liking. She is the kind of filly that needs a little bit of pace help up front. She needs a little bit of a trip. Another filly that's slowly moving forward with each and every start. Another one that I want to watch for further development. Free Carrycomb, we talked about in the Timeform US pace segment. She's going to show some speed as she did last time out. That was her first race on dirt, her first race at the Downs, her first race off a 6-month layoff. I didn't think she had much of an excuse other than the layoff. The pace was reasonable, and she just didn't have anything in the tank at the end of the day. She's going to show speed one more time. She figures to be fitter with that last race under her girth, but after 18 starts, it's hard to project much upside for the 7 Free Carry Comb. She could be a pace factor and a key to this race. Maybe she'll affect horses like the 9 and the 4 and set things up for someone else. And the 8 Island High is one of 2 first-time starters in here, sired by Going Commando, who clicks with 14%, a good number with debut runners. Island High has a big pedigree. That's one of the reasons why she sold for over $40,000 as a yearling, well above the $1,500 stud fee of the sire, Going Commando. She's a full sister to a multiple stakes winner named Hidden Grace. That one went 18 for 27 in her career, $309,000 in earnings, won her career debut. So this one has pedigree, and that's not the only good horse that this dam, who was a stakes winner going long on the turf, has foaled. Island High, 8-1 on the morning line, a couple of gaps in the work tab. But this is a filly you want to take a look at from a single race standpoint. How are they playing it? How is the board look? Is she taking a lot of money? Because with this sort of pedigree, you don't want to count her out. Sparkling Silver's the 9. Let's watch her most recent start. She has run well since shipping over from Woodbine and racing on dirt. Her most recent start, a little bit disappointing, however. She's 1-5 that day. She did finish ahead of 3 of these horses, but she was also up close to a rather moderate pace. She put away Free Carry Comb. She had the lead in the stretch, and she just couldn't hold it. Maybe she is racing herself back into shape for her 3rd start of the form cycle. She is going to have to stretch out now from 5.5 to 6 furlongs, and stamina has been an issue throughout Sparkling Silver's career. She'll be up front probably when the field turns for home. The question is, will anyone come and get her at even money? You might want to look for alternatives. She's the horse to beat. I'm not sure she's the one to bet at even money. Mila Maria completes the field. This is the 2nd first-time starter by Going Commando. This one sold for a little bit over $9,000 as a yearling. The dam has been very prolific. She has foaled 7 winners from 8 runners. That dam is a full sister to a grade 3 stakes winner named Pearl Storm. The 2nd dam was a stakes winning dirt router, so there is some pedigree here. This one seems to have some foundation with several workouts dating all the way back to late April. Mila Maria must deal with a tough outside post position. She'll have to break straight and true. If she does, perhaps she can settle just behind the leaders in a nice outside stalking trip while clear of traffic. 10-1 on the morning line. Another one, keep an eye on the tote board from a single race standpoint. Before we get to my top selections, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for the latest DRF videos. Top pick time for the Monday race of the day. I'm going to give Double Barrel Delight one more chance. 2nd start of the form cycle. I know she's stepping up into open maiden special weights this time around. I'm just not sure I completely trust the 9 Sparkling Silver. She's the one to beat, maybe the one to catch, but perhaps the 7 puts a little pressure on her again and sets things up for a stalker. I think Double Barrel Delight will be in good position when the field turns for home. 4-9-3-5 for me in Monday's race of the day. The 7th at Assiniboia Downs. Don't forget the dollar pick 4, which begins in race number 4. $50,000 guaranteed pool. Good luck.